scary, and I'm gonna do it anyway. Here we go. Ho, 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 ho.
But right now, I've got a little bit of time to kill, and I'm really hoping I can get this trail ride in without, without bunging myself up, because I do not have my pads with me. I washed them last night, and they are still drying. The knee pads are, like, take forever to dry, apparently. Air drying anyways, what you're supposed to do. So, yeah, starting off this week with, or this week's vlog, anyway, with a trail ride here. Lost Souls Ultra. I have not ridden it this season. It rained for 2 days straight, so we'll see if it is dry yet. It's been windy and it's been sunny. As you can see, it's beautiful right now, other than this wind. So we will see if it's rideable right now. But that's what I'm going to go do. So here's some footage of that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That is the first time I have ridden down that descent, that final part that's steep, and I was not scared. Having the dropper post is the biggest game changer. First time I've ridden down that not scared. I've done it successfully. That's what I was trying to say when my camera died. This is the first time that I've done that steep little ender there of a descent without being scared. I've cleaned it, I don't know how many times now, 4 or 5, and like once you clean something once, there's a confidence that you can clean it again, because you're like, oh, I am capable, but it still doesn't mean you will. Like it was really sketchy before, and this is the first time there was no sketchiness. Like, I knew what I was doing, my seat was back, I was back, I was low, like, I don't know. It just really clicked today. In Fernie, when I was there a couple days ago, it was definitely better, but today, just like, getting my butt back there just really clicked, and I was in control. It was really nice. I was really happy with that ride. Definitely not the fastest I've done that. I thought it would, when I looked and been like, oh, it was only 10 minutes. I was like, man, that must have been the fastest. And when I look on Strava, it's not the fastest that I've done the 2 segments that are listed there. Even one of them lags behind by like a minute. I mean, it is really windy today too. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that ride. Never been to a laundromat before. I'm at the laundromat acting a fool. Gonna take you on a little tour. Here are some Funk and Wagnalls encyclopedias for your reading pleasure. We also have the motivational posters that have been altered to have some holographic images over top of the original motivational posters. Without risk, you cannot discover new oceans. So that's what I learned today at the laundromat. success. Here we have the sign telling us to not smoke, because if we smoke in here, our laundry will not be as fresh, because that's not obvious at all. Oh man, these bad boys, I just saw these now. We used to have these very, very similar machines at the apartment that I first lived in Lethbridge when I was a wee child in the 80s and 90s. More so 90s, I guess. And this is a dark place where dark things happen. You must be smaller than the castle wall to play in here. You also must be not afraid of the dark, or, yeah, cool. Yikes. That's pretty much it. I mean, there's a lot more treasure, but that's all for today. Maybe I'll end up here another time and can continue the tour, if you are so lucky. I feel like I'm in a time machine, not a washing machine. This is wild. I love it. Road trip staple is the beef jerky. Usually I go for the hot and sweet, but I'm really tired, so I thought I'd get spicy, and that'll wake me up a bit. Fun fact about the jalapeno Jack Link's beef jerky. I had to take some summer courses in university. One of them was a Can Lit class, Canadian literature class for the noobs. And there was like, the classroom was like really close to the store, like on campus that was open. And so I was like, oh, I'll just get some beef jerky. And I was like, man, that beef jerky is really good. And then, so I had this jalapeno jerky, I think 3 days in a row. And then my tongue, like, my whole mouth tasted like pennies for maybe 2 weeks. So that coppery taste was just like there. And I was like, man, I'm never eating those again. Like, I rarely ever have them because I have the hot and sweet because they're so good. But yeah, that was super weird. I don't know what that is, if there's like a doctor or something that can tell me about that. But yeah, I didn't have them all at once. It was like one day I had one day another, one day, like they were all like 24 hours apart. And yeah, but my mouth tasted like copper, like 24/7 for about 2 weeks, just pennies in my mouth. And that was no good. And I'm assuming that's what it was the jalapeno stuff. Anyway, going to Calgary, so just making sure it still works after I drop it on the ground as hard as I could. In Nanton, I had this realization yesterday that I didn't do any vlogging on the way down to Calgary or in Calgary at Sigla Books or anything. And I enjoyed it. It makes me a bad vlogger, but I don't know. I just enjoyed not having to, like, I had the GoPro with me. It's not that I actually forgot it. I had it with me, and I just chose not to take it out. I was just enjoying my time at Sigla Books, and didn't feel the need to whip it out. So, and we didn't really go anywhere other than that. I mean, the Airbnb, I normally would have like vlogged that too, and been like, hey, this is a nice place, blah 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 blah. I don't know. I just enjoyed not doing that and just being very much in the moment. And something that I was thinking about before, of like how when I would watch people vlogging, like how in the moment can you be when you are also vlogging the moment? And I don't know. So I guess that kind of means even when I am going on trips and stuff, it depends on what it is, that I will generally do more vlogging when I'm in a place doing stuff that I normally wouldn't be doing at home. But at the same time, depending on how my mood is, I guess, and what I'm doing and how much I really want to be present, I won't necessarily get all of it. It was a pretty quick trip too, so I think if there was like more and more and more going on and more activities and things weren't closed down as much because of COVID-19 stuff, maybe I would have got some more in. But anyway, we are heading back home, so I'm an old man, so yeah. That's cool.
Happy birthday.
Randy had to do some piloting work this morning, so she left a little earlier than normal. I got the great privilege of dropping Lil off, and no, that is not sarcastic. It's very, very rare that I drop my glasses on the floor while I talk. It's very rare that I get to drop her off in the morning, like, just so rare, like once every couple months. And it's always the best. This morning was a little different because I actually had to like wake her up and like get her dressed and everything else too, and I never had to like wake her up before, so but that went really smooth. She like didn't care that Randy wasn't there to wake her up, and even though that's what she's used to every morning, like she's used to me putting her to bed and Randy putting her to bed and like us sharing that task like almost equally throughout the week. That doesn't bother her at all. But waking her up, I was like, oh no, like this is a new thing, but it was just fine. And then we listened to Michael Jackson, because that's what she wanted to listen to. And then, I don't know, some time ago, somebody told her that Michael Jackson was dead, because she asked us. And it was like, yeah, but not like she understands what that really means. And then this morning, when we were listening to him, she was like, Michael Jackson's not dead. And I didn't want to, like, argue with her, because, like, I don't know, it'd be like, yeah, he is. Like, I don't know. It's just a weird thing to argue with a 3-year-old and get her to figure out what death means, because that's not really something that she can comprehend yet, obviously. So I just said, well, he's alive in the music. And that's sounded so corny when it like came out of my mouth too. But she was like, yeah. And just like, that was it. And then a little while later, she said something about like, again, somebody somewhere must be talking about like the difference between girl stuff and boy stuff, which is annoying. But she said something about liking boy music, because we were listening to Michael Jackson. And she said something about, like, I don't like girl music, which is silly, because, I mean, I'm sure that whoever's telling her stuff, would equate Lady Gaga to girl music, and, like, other stuff that we listen to girl music. But she said that she liked boy music, and I was like, I think music's just for everybody, and, like, everyone can enjoy whatever music they want, and there's no boy-girl music or whatever. And she was like, yeah. She just, like, rolled with it. How much of that she'll actually retain or understand or know what she's agreeing to, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. It was a really chill, super chill drive. And, I mean, getting her ready, I don't know. It was just really nice to have just, like, really nice, calm, chill, super happy. I don't know. Her morning time is, like, the best. It's, like, she doesn't wake up grumpy. Apparently she used to, but for a long time now, it's been, like, really nice. And, like, I don't know. I got to, like, brush her hair and everything. And she was really silly this morning. In, like, a good way. Not, like, super silly. Not annoyingly so. I'm rambling. At one point, just because I didn't know she was done her oatmeal, and she, like, was moving around doing some other stuff. And I was like, are you done eating? And she said, yep, my tummy says thank you. So that's enough about me talking about cute stuff. Bye. And I am on the way to Tabor to take another tumble. Yeah, hoping I, don't get wrecked this time. That'd be pretty tight. Well, I didn't get wrecked, but it was kind of a sloppy ride. I was just thinking about it. It's kind of like technical riding in Tabor, but not because the trails are technical, because the terrain is rough and not very sculpted. And yeah, I mean, ride's a ride. It was still good. I'm going to see what else Trail Fork says is nearby. Maybe do that, maybe not. I thought I would take a little photo shoot with Barb here, because I like this. Oh man, I can't even think of words. I shouldn't be that tired. I shouldn't say I'm not that tired. I shouldn't be that tired. I like this composition with the rocks and the little hill and the barbed wire and the fence and stuff, so thought I would take Barb for a photo shoot. Why not? What a beauty. She's taken me over 2,000 kilometers since I've had her, which hasn't even, has it been, I think it's barely been 2 years, or just around the 2-year mark. So it's pretty good. Pretty, pretty, pretty. pretty good. The only trouble is finding these things. I'm going to pull out my phone all the time and stuff. Sunset Boulevard, 1.7K. It's a decent trail. Well, I see a single track in front of me now. I was poking around, trying to find something and look at trail forks. And this is either going to be Sunset Boulevard or Wildlife Ridge. I can't tell. They're both very close together, so I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go blind and see what happens. Ho, 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 man, oof, I don't know, I should have just sent it. I almost did, and I slowed down too much. I think I got this though. Man, I think I got this. Yeah. I'm gonna go back and just send it. I can't be scared of it. I'm gonna start from up higher though. Getting scared and hesitating is what'll get you wrecked. You know, I mean, going into trails blind when you could scope them out a bit, you know, doing some research and scoping things out isn't a bad idea. I'm never gonna say that's for noobs or anything, but yeah, you know, you get to a spot and you hesitate. I could have just sent it when I was too scared, and that would have really been troublesome. And I mean, the more I get used to riding trails blind and getting confident with what my ability is and assessing that in milliseconds, if I can assess that quick enough, fine, I can ride it with confidence. But it was just a little technical to get in to that descent, so here goes nothing now that I know what it looks like. Whew. Man, I don't know how to go into this softly. My pedals are hitting. I have my feet down. My pedals is hitting right there. If I have my pedals even, that would help. Whew, it's a hard stance for me to get into right now with confidence. I think this time around I'm gonna pull noob and see if I can just start from here. It's really hard for me to start on a descent like this though. Like, to get on and just start rolling immediately. Like this little thing here just takes so much confidence to roll up to for me. I'm sure some people just blast down this and just give her, but oh man, I haven't done a descent like this. I've done steeper descents, but they're wider, less technical, smoother terrain, wider, if I didn't say that already. And this is a little tricky. I don't know how much speed I'm gonna catch, you know? I'm gonna roll up to it again and see if I can even my pedals out. The more time I have to roll up, the more time I have to hesitate. I really do not want to walk away from this descent today. I don't want to do that. Not what I'm here for. All right, third attempt. Let's just see what we can do. Pedals even, just like that. That shouldn't be that hard, but it's just scary, and I'm gonna do it anyway. Here we go. Ho, 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 ho. I got this, I got this, I got this. I got it, I got it, I got it, I got it. Heck yeah. Woo! Hell yeah. Oh, damn it. Damn it. I've never been on that trail before. It took me 3 times of coming up to it to finally get the courage to do it.
Oh, nice.
Well, I met a guy from Tabor. Apparently they're sanctioning the trails and building them up here and really working on them, so I will be back. That was a fun little ride, and I don't know if I wanted to I completed that descent, but I don't know if I want to do it again with how sketchy it was. Man, I almost got wrecked. Like, it was, I just don't know. I don't know. That was cool. So I guess I'm just gonna go do this climb that they're doing right now. I don't think I'm gonna make that climb right now. Like, I really don't. But that was cool. It was a cool little interaction, and it is just beautiful right now. I'm gonna be riding in Tabor a little more. Maybe I'll be packing my bag so that I can, you know, stop and have a little picnic and some lunch and read a book or something, and really explore here some more. But anyway, with that, I guess, yeah, I don't think this will be, I don't know, if this will be a raw ride, it'll be called Tabor Tomfoolery. Otherwise, I'll just put it in the vlog and just put some highlights in there. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I mean, if they're gonna get sanctioned trails and they're like building trails and developing them and stuff here, it's like a cool little scene. It's pretty tight, and I'm just like, shout out to Tabor for bringing the heat and developing some trails. I really look forward to coming back here and exploring them more. The other thing I have to say, Sunset Boulevard, beautiful trail. It smells like fresh mint. Oh, all the senses, just like, it's just beautiful, you know, and it's just, it smells like mint, like fresh mint. Oh, just, I had a beautiful time in Tabor, and thanks for having me out. So I'm in the storage unit for a bit because Randy got me an N64 for my birthday, which is sick. But all my games are in the storage unit somewhere in these bins, all these bins. Now, it should be somewhere on top in theory because it would be light and all the books would be on the bottom. So we'll see. Dirt in the very last corner. Try to move all this around. Well, I didn't move those, but I checked those. But here they are. What do we got here? What do we got for N64 games, John? Let's take a look. San Francisco Rush. This is the first game I ever had. Yeah, it was the only game that I had for like a year, I think. So I played that too many times. I don't know if I've ever played this. I don't know how I ended up with it. I believe someone bought it for me, and I just didn't have a 64 at the time to play it. Maybe I played it. I don't remember. But Rush 2049. Mario Golf is actually pretty sick. I don't really like golf, but Mario Golf is sick. Ready to Rumble. I remember I bought these based off of someone's Dreamcast when I was a kid. They had Ready to Rumble, and I enjoyed it, and it didn't really do much for me when I tried to play it on the 64 many years later. And there's Ready to Rumble round 2. So Road Rash 64, that was an oldie that I remember I had, and I'd played a decent amount, and I'm sure I'll get some more play this time around. Now, Pilot Wings, I do not remember buying this. I don't know how I ended up with this, because I don't remember being a huge fan of it, but we'll see. Now, NBA Jam Hang Time was the second game that I ever owned for the 64, and that was pretty sick. It was a lot of fun, and it was way more fun than just, yeah, the realism factor wasn't really there. It wasn't about that. It was just way more fun with the like announcers and nicknames and like special things you could do. Yeah, it was really good fun. Pod Racer is pretty sick. I would probably be playing that more than all these other games. I don't know. And Excite Bike 64. I played it, but I don't remember really getting into it. Just because Excite Bike, you know, for regular Nintendo, the regular NES, was just a classic game, and this is like a whole different beast. I mean, it's like so many years later. The mechanics and everything are so incredibly different. It's much more realistic. So yeah, those are the games that I have now, and we'll see about getting more games and picking up a second controller for, I mean, obviously if I could find Mario Kart and just regular Mario 64, that would be ideal. But some of these games, like NBA Jam Hang Time, that would be sick with 2 players, so maybe we'll pick up another controller today. Excuse me, are these your bikes here?
Oh yeah.
Can I just move the one off the trail so no one else gets wrecked?
Okay.
Fuck. Well, did a little trail riding with Emma today. I think it's the most kilometers we've gone on trails together in one day, and she did really well. So, gonna cap off the vlog there, and we will see you on another time.